A girl sits in Brooklyn where the season is shifting and the city feels alive in new ways. Fall has a rhythm, sharp air, layered style, and the sense that change is always just around the corner. This October in Simply Kura, we're leaning into that energy and sharing the clothing I just can't stop daydreaming about, timeless pieces that always just feel right, and the little rituals that remind us that true luxury lives in the details. Consider this your invitation to step into the season with me, boldly, gracefully, and unapologetically. Because here in Brooklyn, chic isn't an option, it's essential. From Brooklyn with love, Kura. In today's video, I'm showing you my new favorite purse, a new exhibit at the Met, some beautiful fashion finds, and my favorite high-protein meal in this month's monthly report. So I just want to show you a few things that I recently have added to my wardrobe. It's not a lot. It's like 3, maybe 4 things. Because I usually don't do big hauls. I show you a little bit by little bit. And I've had one or two of these things for a while now. So let me just show you real quick. The first thing we're going to talk about is the Stuart Weitzman over the knee boot. I talked about these in either the last video or the video before this, and I was saying that they were a killer price. These boots were originally $1,000 or maybe $1,100. I found them on sale for $300. I had to get them. A few of you got them too, I saw. And just recently, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should be following me. Just this past Sunday, I put up that I got to wear them for the first time, even though it was warm and I shouldn't have been wearing them. I put them on and then I gave you a link. Now, they might be sold out now. I'm pretty sure they are. I did find another place where they are, and they are still on sale. Just not as much as the sale as for when I got them. That's why it's so important to follow me on LTK. It's important to follow me on Instagram, because you're going to get the sales before YouTube does. So anyway, these boots, extremely comfortable, extremely soft. The heel, in my opinion, is not too high. I was talking to one of you all before and saying, listen, I'm not 20 anymore. I need a sensible heel. So in my opinion, these are easy to walk in. They are sensible and, believe it or not, comfortable. Just like my other Stuart Weitzman shoes, the brown boots that I showed you in last week's video. These also come in a nice brown suede, but I did not get them because they're a little more expensive, and I need just a standard pair of black over the knee boots. Over the knee boots are a big thing that's happening this season. Chloe just came out with a beautiful pair, but they're going to cost a lot more than this. I actually have some more options that are perhaps a little cheaper than this, and of course I will leave it all in the description box. And before I forget to mention, because somebody might ask, this suit is from Madewell last year. They still might have a few pieces left from the Alexa Chung collaboration, so I will leave that in the description box as well. So if you are not new here, you know that I love a bag. I love bags, boots, jewelry. I mean clothes too, don't get me wrong, but I am a huge accessory lover. And I was thinking that I needed a nice evening bag, not an oversized clutch, not like a small Hermes Kelly type of bag, but an actual evening bag that women used to wear back in the day. And I found this beautiful vintage Judith Leiber bag. You definitely cannot fit a lot in here. Your cell phone is definitely not going to fit, but it is just so dainty and beautiful. I love that it's gold. If you're not new here, you know I'm a gold girl. I love the beautiful tassel, which is such a thing right now, but also really just chic, right? And I feel like this is just a beautiful evening bag to even just go out at night for dinner. I found myself a few months back having to go to a really nice formal situation, and I didn't have a bag. All my bags were cute, but they weren't evening. You know what I mean? When I saw this, I thought, That's exactly what I was looking for. And these are the type of things that I feel like are so important to have in your wardrobe. Everybody's not going to have this. There's something really special about having this beautiful vintage bag that I actually love. I just love holding it. Look. I mean, not with this outfit, right? Imagine just like a little black dress or something. But just look how dainty and beautiful that is. I'm going to have my husband hold my cell phone. But everything else is just, look at that. I think it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and something that I will have in my wardrobe forever. These are the little chic details that I love adding. So I have mentioned this J. Crew purse several times in my videos, and I said I was thinking about getting it, and looky here, I got it. I had to. I was thinking about it too much, and I love the fact that it is really slouchy. It comes in a beautiful red color, and I was going back and forth between this brown and the red, but then when I saw that they had this color suede boots that's now on sale for $100 off. I hope it's on sale by the time this video comes up, because I'm definitely getting them. But when I saw they had the boots, I said, okay, I'm gonna get this bag. We all know that suede is having a major moment right now, and bigger bags as well, and slouchy bags. I love the way, I love the way it just slouches. I think it is fabulous. This is from J. Crew. Did I say that? I'm just so excited. This is from J. Crew. It's not cheap, you guys, but it's J. Crew prices. But it's not expensive as some designer bags. And you're gonna get a similar vibe. I love the way this is slouching. Like I said, it comes in a beautiful red. It comes in a deep brown, but I feel like that strap might be a gold chains. I don't remember. Beautiful colors. Absolutely stunning. And unfortunately, I wasn't going to because I've already gotten 2 boots this season, but because they're on sale and I want to go with these and I want it to go with this, I feel like I have to get it. $100 off. Oh, so annoying. But anyway, this is my new favorite little everyday bag. I think it's so good. And then very randomly, this is just my introduction to beauty in this channel, because we will be talking more about beauty and my skincare and my makeup. I just want to show you that I got some new hair tools, but I was watching or reading something probably years ago, and they were saying you're only as good as your best tool as far as hair is concerned. And I had the Baby Bliss, but I sent it back simply because some of you guys scared me and said that it might have been too harsh for my hair. My hair is natural, and I didn't want to get any I didn't want to damage my hair. So I got these 2 things, and I'm loving them so far. I'm not perfect. If you have better suggestions, that's fine too. But this from the T3, I'm not sponsored. They didn't send me this. I wish they would have. From the T3 blow dryer. It's called the Featherweight Style Max, and it comes with several attachments, whether I wear my hair curly, which I don't often, whether I want to straighten it out, or there's just many options. I love this. I was using a very cheap blow dryer and it was not doing the job. And then I also got their flat iron. I think this is the 1-pass one. Yes, this is the single pass one. I don't flat iron my hair like that straight, simply because I never wear it out, and that's because I work out so much and it gets ruined anyway. So I don't need it to be super duper straight. So this is working for me. Let me know what you would like to see as far as makeup, skincare, beauty, all that. I really want to start adding that into this new setup we got going on here. So every week I show you what I did in New York City, and though this video is set up a bit different, that part will always be the same. This is what I did this week in New York City. Hey girl, hey. So I do want to get into what I did this week and show you the vlog like I always do. But before we get into all that, let's talk about the elephant in the room. My goal here on Simply Kura is and has always been to provide you all with the most honest and thorough information that I'm privy to, that I know about, as it relates to fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. It's also my goal, and has been from the very start, to make sure that you trust me. Because as a YouTuber and a content creator, if I don't have the community's trust, what do I have? It is of the utmost importance that you all trust me with your dollar and your time. And I thought that I was doing that to the best of my ability. I'm always very honest about shopping habits and products. For example, when YouTube invited us to the Nordstrom sale, to preview the Nordstrom sale before everyone else got to preview it, I very openly and honestly told you all that some of the things were not worth it. In fact, I didn't walk out with anything. I did go home and order a few things. I did, but I didn't walk out with anything that day because I didn't see anything that was worthy of you all and your money. And let me tell you, the Nordstrom anniversary sale is a big money maker for content creators. So I could have just sold you these things and tell you how great they are for the commission, and I didn't do that. And in fact, I would never do that. When I show you things on Fabulous Finds, I talk a lot about the fabrication. I might say, be aware that something is not wool, be aware that something is not leather, it's faux leather. And I tell you these things because I want the folks that are money conscious and the folks that are conscious of quality to both have all the information that you need so that you can make an informed decision. My goal is to give you the information that I have so that you can make an informed buying decision. Also on this channel, we have explored ideas of inequality and injustice. We have gone to the African American Museum, where I told you guys I almost cried thinking about it. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had, and told everyone that they should go even if they weren't African American. It's something that everyone should experience. You have come with me to the Barbie exhibit, which was about Barbie, but was ultimately about women empowerment and how women have moved throughout the years and how strong we've become and how strong we've always been and how we get through adversity. Great exhibit. It was one of my favorites. Since my declaration of trying to learn about art, you have come with me discover and learn about Black artists and other people of color artists and women artists. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some men artists in there as well, right? But I purposely and very clearly, in my opinion, have put women, Black folks, and other people of color to the forefront as far as artists are concerned, because it's needed, right? So I'm confused because I really believe that I was crystal clear in my beliefs and how I navigate the world, and especially today's world. I thought that's what I was showcasing and, inferring. That's what I thought, but not really harping on it, because I want my channel to be a place of relaxation and not anger, because these types of issues can stir up anger, as they do in me, for a lot of people. And I don't want my channel to be that, but I do want my channel to be a space where we acknowledge that these things, injustice, happen. So because I thought I was being crystal clear with my stance and how I navigate the world, I was shocked that I couldn't even get the benefit of the doubt for some of you as it pertains to last week's video. And not so much by the folks that just got here, because y'all don't know me. You just got here. Hey girl, hey. But the folks that I know have been with me and rocking with me and have seen me go to the Barbie Museum and the African American Museum and talk about even my own lineage and how happy I am to be who I am, those folks surprised me. I have to say that shocked me. And listen, I know in this climate, it is very important that you are stingy with your time. And honestly, I am too. I just don't watch anybody for several different reasons, if I'm being honest. And you shouldn't either. However, I thought that I had shown myself trustworthy enough to at least get the benefit of the doubt. And instead of reprimanding me, which, let me tell you something, reprimanding my grown self will get you blocked. I won't have that. But instead of reprimanding me, perhaps giving me some leeway to say, okay, let me see what's going on here. So let's just be honest. And you know that I'm honest because of my track record. We go back to Nordstrom and other things that we talked about earlier, right? You know that I'm honest. I thought we were focusing on that other store. I thought that's why people were going so hard for it. I thought that's why people were not happy when content creators collabed with them, because we were focusing on that store. And from the information that I got and the media that I consume, I thought we were focusing on that store because there are people that don't have any other choice but to shop at one or the other. There are folks that live in food deserts. There are folks that can't afford to go to Alo Yoga and buy an exercise, outfit. There are folks that have to save money in any way they can. Thought the strategy was to take care of one and then eventually take care of the other. And if you noticed, I haven't mentioned that store. I haven't linked that store. I haven't shopped at that store for probably a year. However long it's been, I haven't shopped there. Despite the fact that there was a really good collaboration recently that I wanted to shop that I didn't. In fact, I will also point out that that collaboration also got mostly sold out. So trust me when I say I thought that we all were getting the same information, in that we were focusing on one thing at a time. I just honestly and truthfully didn't know. I would never ever put my trust on the line as far as you all are concerned, because I've said it so many times, for a check. And let me tell you guys, there are many things that I turned down. Not to mention, I've also talked about Amazon, Victoria's Secret, and shows from Disney. I've talked about all those things, but those places did something very similar to the other store that I thought we were focusing on, if you get my drift, right? And listen, if you're one of those people who are able to have cut out all of it, all of them, from Amazon to Starbucks to that store, you are privileged. Some folks don't have that privilege. I was talking to a friend about this, and we were talking about how that there's a lot of nuance to this conversation that gets lost online. And I won't have the conversation here, if I'm being honest, because I want this to be focused more on why you couldn't give me the benefit of the doubt as opposed to reprimanding me, because I'm really curious why, like what I did wrong or what I did to make you think that I was doing something wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm curious how it turned so quickly. For some of you, some of you even congratulated me, which I think is heartwarming. So I'm not like scolding the whole class. Everyone's not getting in trouble here. I am honestly and truthfully curious. I'm curious as to why I wasn't able to give the benefit of the doubt from some of you all. Well, the nuance is often lost online, so I probably won't talk about that. I would like to ask you to consider the nuance that is connected with this conversation, and know that I am never not trying to do the best for our community. It's just not in me. And I thought that you all saw that from the way that I navigate, but I don't know. I guess not. So let's make a deal. I will continue to be truthful and do my due diligence as it comes to the information that I give you. I will try to give you the best possible content that my time and my resources allow, which I have tried to do. But I need you all to know, and I need you all to give me the benefit of the doubt if I happen to make a misstep. And this is a misstep to some people, not all of you. Not all of you. I need you to be able to give me the benefit of the doubt. And know that I'm not doing anything for a cash grab. It's just not something that I aspire to ever do. Never. It feels like taking advantage of people. And again, that's just not in my nature. And I know you don't know me personally, but trust me when I tell you that's not in my nature. So I need you to know that whatever I'm doing I'm doing for the community I'm doing for our community for one reason or another, whether it's someone who has money or someone who is in the community who has less money. And for those of you, like I said, that have that privilege to be able to cut it off, I need you to be able to use your discernment and realize that everybody ain't got it like that. They just don't. So I'll keep up my end of the deal. I have to have your trust, because if I don't have your trust as a creator, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got a thing, all right? So anyway, this week was interesting. I had some great things happen. The rooftop at the Met is closing for 4 years, and I wanted to go see it one last time before it closes. And there were 2 new artists that I learned about that I wanted to go and see. So because we knew that the rooftop was going to be crowded since it's closing in a few short weeks, we made a zip line for that. And the line for the rooftop was extremely long. And I hate lines, but we decided to stand on line simply because the rooftop won't be open for another 4 years. And every time I go up there, my mind is blown and I become breathless. The scenery, the view is just fabulous. Now, don't get me wrong, they could use some more seats up there because it was hot and you are directly in the sun, but it was absolutely stunning. So another reason we came here is to see Lorna Simpson Source Notes exhibition. And since learning about art and really getting into it, this was something that I had to see. Lorna is originally a photographer, but has really played with different media and has found herself painting and doing collages. And a lot of the things were based off of Essence and Ebony magazine, which I believe is very imaginative and just incredible. Yet another artist I don't know about, but when explained to me what he did, the first words that came to my mind, or the first word, was visionary. He's actually known for his radical experiments that push the limits of photography, painting, sculpture, and film. He used something called a rheograph, which is a new twist on technique used to make photographs without a camera. It was very interesting. Again, something else more for me to learn. And then after we saw both exhibits, we decided to roam around and look at the things that we've seen a million times, but also the things that absolutely take my breath away. There's just something about being in this museum that I absolutely love. Like I said, I've been here so much. You've seen me come here, but I feel like I learn something new every single time. And then there was this, if you're not new here, you know that I love like history and old stuff. The New York Museum of Transit bought some old school buses down to Dumbo so that the public was able to just like look at them and go on through them and sit on them. And I thought that was interesting. But what someone said in the comments, what ended up not being true, is that one of the buses is the bus that Jackie Gleason was pictured in. And if you don't know who Jackie Gleason is, and you shouldn't, even if you're my age, because he's really old, Jackie Gleason was an actor, and he was in the show that I know him from is The Honeymooners. My dad and I used to watch The Honeymooners and laugh. My dad thinks Jackie Gleason is hilarious, and if I'm being honest, I think The Honeymooners is hilarious too, but especially on New Year's Eve, they used to do, and they still might do it, I'm not sure, but they used to do a whole marathon of The Honeymooners, and me and my dad will sit there and watch and crack up at Jackie Gleason and The Honeymooners. So it was a fangirl moment that I wanted to go see, but it turned out not to be it. So womp womp, but I still went to go see, and I thought it was super interesting. So while I was extremely excited to go and see the Jackie Gleason bus, I later found out that it was not that. I was kind of disappointed because I wanted to take a picture and show it to my dad since that's something we watched growing up. But even though we didn't get to see that bus, we saw some really interesting old New York City buses. And I cannot believe that the bus fare used to be 30 cents. I can't believe that anything was 30 cents, to be honest with you. Even the double-decker bus that used to be standard, it was just also interesting. You guys know I love a bit of history, and this gave me all that I needed. New York and history in one. And so that same day, we didn't even go out to eat. Oh my goodness, you guys. See? This is a vlog of no brunch. I'm turning over a new leaf. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I am turning over a new leaf. So that same night, we went to a beautiful jazz club that I think you've seen me at before. So sometimes when we're just not ready to go home, we find a jazz club to go to. I've actually been to this one with one of my really good friends when she was in New York last time. So we decided to go back, get a little virgin cocktail and some popcorn, sit down and listen to jazz. Admittedly, this is not the kind of jazz that I always listen to, but my husband and I are really appreciative of different types of music. These are some talented musicians. I'm actually going to start calling these a New York Diary because I want to change the vibe up a little bit. So this was New York Diary #1, and hopefully next week I'm able to implement the vibe that I'm looking for. Trust me, still going to be beautiful and relaxing, but I want to stay, interesting, and I want this channel to stay current. So we'll play with that a little bit. So that was this week's New York City Diary, and I will see you next week. And Van Gogh has actually had some huge inspiration in the fashion space. So ending the day in Dumbo is something that we like to do, particularly during the summer and the spring. We always run into these people in getting engaged. If you've been with me for a while, you've seen several people get engaged on the So one of you last week told me to go check out the Gap for activewear and Old Navy, and I did that, and they have some very cute things that I have ordered for some activewear. But also, just on the Gap, I found this beautiful wool coat that's on sale. And when you look in the comments, because I always look at the reviews, people are saying this is a good deal and that it is nice and thick. I don't know because I don't have it. I always tell you guys about quality, but it does look like a really nice coat. It is plaid, which is a big trend for this fall, and sold a long coat. I think it's just like a classic. Besides the fact that it is quote unquote on trend, it is definitely a classic coat to have in your closet. A few of you asked me about the sweater that I was wearing in last week's video, and this is that sweater. I will link it, but I got it at a pretty decent sale. It is not on sale right now, and it is an expensive sweater. I will say that I believe that if I were to do again, I would pay the money for it because it is a fabulous sweater. It is so heavy. It is a Kate dupe. It looks very much like the Kate sweater, but this is a great sweater. It's just a little pricey. If I could find it on another sale, I would probably get this in a deep brown. But if it's not on sale and that's just too much for you, a very similar sweater from Quince. I have these in a black and in a cream, and it's fabulous. I love this burgundy maroon type of color. I think that would just look fabulous with my complexion, and some gold earrings. So beautiful. So it is about half, honestly, the price of the other sweater, but it also has that hourglass shape. And something that's even cheaper, this one is from Banana Republic, and it comes in more colors. I just put these two colors just because they also have the black and the brown. I also want you to see that they had a brighter color and a little bit of, you know, pattern. So these, again, like I said, are cheaper. Banana Republic quality is decent, so you know this is going to be decent. It's just probably not going to be as thick as the sweater that I have. If you live in a warmer climate, you might not need that. So go check it out. If I could see it in store, I will go see it in store to see the thickness and kind of gauge it against my sweater. So last week or the week before, I showed you this amazing denim jacket, but I again can't attest to the quality. It is on Amazon. I linked it below, but this is on H&M. And now, while it's not exactly the same as last time, this collar and the shape of this jacket is the coolest. If you are a cool girl, if you are a fly girl, I can see you styling the mess out of this. I think this is really cool. I love this. I don't know if they have any other colors, but with denim, you could wear with anything. It would be nice in a deeper denim, but you know, this definitely works. If you are someone who is a little more demure, this cape is amazing. And you know what? I take that back, because I feel like this cape can be used for someone who's very demure and associates with being more classy, but I also feel like someone who associates with being a cool girl or just wants to be really fly, right? Elder millennial word, can also make this really, really good. It depends on how you style it. That's what I love. The same like article of clothing, different font. We talked about that, but this is from Zara. I'll link it in the description box, and I think it is fabulous. This is also from Nordstrom. It is not real leather, so if that's something that you're looking for, keep that in mind. But the shape of this jacket or this trench coat is amazing. It comes in several colors. It comes in this beautiful olive green that was almost sold out, so I hope they still have it. But if that doesn't bother you, that the fact that it's not leather, you should really look at that. So Bottega has a pair of burgundy leather pants that are very similarly shaped to these. These are not Bottega and they are not leather, but again, if that doesn't bother you, these pants are really cool. Picture these with a little heel and like a sweater. I think the right person could really style the mess out of those pants. One of you told me about Madewell being on Nordstrom Rack, and what? How did I miss that? So the bags that I've been showing you, some of them are on Nordstrom Rack, but in a different colorway. So it's not going to be like the popular colors like the dark brown, because it's very popular right now, but they do have this beautiful heather gray, is the one that one of you pointed out to me, on the site for much cheaper. I thank you again. I love when you guys give me the scoop. Go check out Nordstrom Rack for some Madewell bags. So last week's video, I had a beautiful suede blazer on. That was from Madewell, but this one from Zara is also suede, and it is considerably cheaper. I will not warn you, but I do have to tell you that this is made out of pig leather, right? And pig leather happens to be not as thick as, say, sheep leather or something like that, right? It's not a high quality leather. That's why it's at Zara, and it's fast fashion, and it can be sold at such a cheap price. But if you don't care about that and you just want the suede look, this can last you for a while. It's just not going to last you as long as a thicker grain of leather, but it's a really good option if you want to save money. This is from ASOS, and I love it. The collarless blazer is a big thing right now. It's again really giving 90s, right? Late 90s. I can see my mom wearing this outfit. I can see mommy wearing this outfit with some leggings and some knee-high boots, or stirrup leggings and some heels. That's the kind of gal my mom was, right? or is. She still is. But in fact, I would wear it like that too now, with some leggings and like my Stuart Weitzman boots. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. This is also from ASOS, I believe, also the Arrange line. The Balloon sleeves is something that is very much on trend right now, and the way that it wraps around is very much on trend. The color is great. It looks so good with these jeans. There's just so many good things to say about this. If this is your style, it could be styled with some trousers or a dress, or even a skirt, right? However you want to do it. These are just options for a really trendy piece right now, and I like it. I really do. So that's this week's fabulous fashion finds. There's honestly so many things that are able to be bought right now. It's the fall right now, so if you are one of the slow people that haven't gotten everything they need for the fall, here are a few options. Again, let me know if you guys see anything. I love when you do. Oftentimes you guys find the best things for me, and I end up buying them. So if you are not following me on LTK, you're missing out, right? So these things are some extra fashion finds that I put on my LTK that I don't put on my YouTube. And if you're not following me on Instagram, this is what you missed this week. I showed you my new boots. You guys got to see it before YouTube did. Even had a link there. They have since sold out, unfortunately, so go follow me over there so you don't lose anything or you don't miss out on anything. I also gave you updates on what's going on with my 75 soft. It has been a long week. I haven't felt well, I haven't felt good, but I pushed through anyway, and I kind of talked about that on my Instagram. I also talked about my struggles. So I realized I haven't checked in the last 2 days for 75 soft, and I just want to say I'm sticking up with it. I've still been working out, but I've had such a hard time keeping up with my protein and my calories. I think because I'm so used to not under eating, but watching my calories to have less calories to lose weight. And now that I'm trying to get enough calories to build muscle, my mind hasn't really switched to that yet. But anyway, I'm still here. I will see you guys tomorrow for 75 soft, and later on today for whatever fun thing I get into. But I just want to say, keep going. I'm here with you. I just forgot to check in. Then I always give you a little highlight of how I spend my weekend. And you saw this in the vlog, but you saw that I went to a little jazz club and I had a good old time. Don't forget to follow me on LTK and Instagram. So what I've been reading, this is something that is very important to me. So the title of this article is Thinking is Becoming a Luxury Good. If you're not new here, you know that not only have I been to fashion school and I've been to FIT, and not only have I had my time in that space, but before that and after that, actually, I was in education. I was a teacher. I've been a substitute. I've been a teacher assistant. I've been all up and down education. So education for most grades too. So education is something that is very important to me. So while reading this article, one of the quotes that stood out to me was, research has associated smartphone use with ADHD symptoms in adolescents, and a quarter of surveyed American adults now suspect they have the condition. School and college teachers assign fewer books to their students, in part because they are unable to complete them. Nearly half of Americans read zero books in 2023. Technology is not only altering our capacity to concentrate, but also to read and how to reason. But the big thing that stood out to me is that it is creating even more of an inequality. The people that are suffering the most, as usual, are the folks that are in a lower income bracket. So this is like, I'm trying not to get overwhelmed by this because this is just something that our society is doing now. But I just want to stress the importance of, getting off of social media sometimes, reading. If you have kids, make them read, right? Just so we don't lose our concentration. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have been trying to eat high protein. I talked about it a little bit earlier in today's video, and I am struggling. So I've been eating this particular tuna salad with a little bit of crackers. Everything in this picture I tried to eat at once and it was a no-go. I couldn't do it. It was too much. But I absolutely have been loving that tuna salad. What I have been playing is kind of a mixed bag, right? So if you're not new here, I love all types of music. And when I mean that, I genuinely mean that. So the first thing that I have been listening to that is just breathtakingly beautiful, and I might mispronounce that, so French speakers, excuse me, I'm still very much in the beginning stages of learning French, but this classical music song called Clair de Lune, it is just beautiful. You've probably heard it before and you don't realize it because it's often in a lot of soft movies. I have just been listening to it over and over again, particularly the beginning of it. You just go type it in and listen to it. It is just breathtaking. I did some research on it, and some people feel like it's overrated, and perhaps because it's new to me, classical music is a new thing for me to learn about. It doesn't feel overrated to me, but I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. In another direction, I have been loving, and I've always loved, Sade, The Sweetest Taboo. Sade, The Sweetest, like, how can The Sweetest Taboo not be on rotation, especially during the fall? Ugh. Love everything about the album, love everything about her, so good. And then I've been really loving Mariah Carey's, particularly The Emancipation of Mimi, just because it reminds me of being young, and I have just been playing it loud, singing it to the top of my lungs. And I have been obsessing about getting a list of all the seasonal fruits and veggies that will be in for the fall season. After speaking to one of you all about the importance of eating seasonal fruits and vegetables, I have been on one, okay? So I have really been looking at recipes and figuring out, or trying to figure out what I'm going to do. I even bought some little cute things for the kitchen so we can make some recipes together. I'm excited about that. And hopefully I don't burn anything. If you have any fall recipes with seasonal fruits or vegetables, let me know. I really want to try it. Even if it's not seasonal fruits or vegetables, just put me in a direction. I'm really into eating the foods that are good for me, for my body, for my skin, for my hair. It's just something that I have been really obsessing about. So let me know. Get excited for that little series of me trying to learn how to cook these things. And yeah, guys, wish me luck. So I very briefly talked about this fragrance, maybe 1 or 2 videos ago. This is beautiful. Now, mind you, it doesn't last as long as I would want it to last. I do have to top it up. It's not a beast mode fragrance, I'm going to say that. It does smell very much like something that a bride would wear. So I think it's beautiful in that respect. I'm trying to figure out how to make it last longer for me because I do like the softness of the smell. I don't want to smell beast mode every day. So I tried to layer it with this St. Bart body lotion that is vanilla. Together, they are so nice. Oh, so beautiful. If there's one thing I learned from last week or just this month in general, is that I don't have the temperament to be chronically online. It becomes too much. It becomes too much. Sometimes I just want to sit on my couch, read a book, most times listen to Sade or listen to a jazz or classical music, drink some tea. That's my vibe. It just always on, chronically online begins to be too much for me. So what I've been treating myself to is a little break from social media, which sounds crazy because it's my job. And that is part of the reason I'm getting paid. So what I find myself doing is going on social media, putting up everything I need to put up, going supporting the friends that I need to support, and then I have to put my phone away. Because then I need to read a book, or I need to go work out, or I need to make a recipe. I need to touch grass. We need to touch grass, all of us. So that's unfortunate to say this, but that is what I've been treating myself to. So in this video, we covered a lot. I introduced you to my letter from the editor, which is something that will be done every month at the beginning of the month, just to give you a tone of what we will be talking about that month. We went to the Met and I learned about 2 new artists that I get to research and have fun learning about. We also had some fun and a relaxing time and went to a jazz club like we often do. As usual, I showed you some beautiful things. I showed you some things that are great chic additions to my wardrobe that I feel like I will have for a long time. I also showed you some fabulous finds like I do every single week, and it's one of my favorite things to do. We had a quick conversation about the mutual trust between you guys and me and how it's going to affect the rest of this channel, because trust is the most important thing in a relationship, including yours and mine. Of course, we did the weekly report like we do at the end of every month. It's one of my favorite segments. And overall, we had such a good time. Like I believe we do every single video. What are you looking forward to most in fall? Is it the food? Is it the fashion? Is it the idea that you don't have to be outside and you get to enjoy your own company? And until next time, live your best life. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I will see you in my next video.